What is going on, YouTubers? It is your boy Dalyxman. Welcome to another edition of Dalyxman's Q&A Corner. Usually on Wednesdays. As of lately, they've been on Fridays, and not gonna lie to you, scheduling and me not being up for it Wednesdays has stopped it from being every Wednesday. I answer your questions in under 15 minutes. For now, Fridays, and I like doing it through Facebook. So from now on, until otherwise, please leave your questions on Facebook. My Facebook link is right here. And as usual, I will answer as many of them in under 15 minutes. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it with the first question. Is John Cena really injured? I'm assuming you're talking about the eye injury. I hear he actually damaged it in some live event match against Rusev, and they're playing it into the storyline now, which is cool. I like that. Anything that can humanize John Cena is a great thing. I think part of the reason why fans don't like him as much is because the WWE is constantly shoving him down our throats as the greatest of all time, and he's not. So when you scale him back and you let him be John Cena, he's a lot more easier to tolerate. So, yeah, I think the injury is legit, but them using it for storyline reasons is pretty cool. Will you be watching Power Rangers Dino Charge? No. If you guys follow me on Wrestling Paradise, me and Preston are doing a Power Rangers series, part of the Greatest of the 90s TV show series. And we talked about how everything up to, I think it's either Jungle Fury or maybe even not even that, Wild Force. All the seasons up to those, whichever one we said, were great. And everything afterwards kind of fell off. I haven't seen RPM. I haven't seen Samurai. I did see freaking Megaforce. That was garbage. And after seeing Megaforce, I kind of don't want to see Dino Charge. It looks stupid. So if it's good, let me know. I might watch it. But other than that, no. Don't have any interest in seeing it. When do you think the women's division died? Died? I won't say it died, but it stopped being taken seriously. I'm not going to say when Trish and Lita left. I'm going to say when Mickie James left. Around that time when she left, it stopped being relevant. You know, when Kelly was on top, the matches only went like 2-3 minutes. Barely even a minute. I mean, it's a blessing nowadays for it to go 5 minutes. On NXT, they get 10 minutes. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way, this past special, got 12 minutes. You know, so that dynamic is not cool at all. The fact that the female wrestlers, or the divas, aren't treated with the respect that not just the female wrestlers on NXT are, but the males are, period, that's not cool. And that by itself is killing the division. And that started, I can almost guarantee you, when Mickie James left. Yeah, so there you go. Who do you think will be Bray Wyatt's opponent if The Undertaker doesn't show up at WrestleMania? That's a good question. Who could be his opponent? Because Sting is apparently fighting Triple H. If Bryan is not in the main event, that could be an opponent. Bryan versus Bray Wyatt, and the whole thing could be, hey, you never beat me, Bryan. Here's your chance to do it. Excuse me. Here's your chance to do it. Hiccup. Other than that, Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt would be cool. I mean, if you want to keep Reigns a face, you can go in that direction. I don't know. Someone told me they can revisit Cena and Bray Wyatt and have Bray Wyatt beat Cena clean. I don't know if I want that. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else outside of those guys. I would prefer Taker, honestly, so let's go with that. Alright. Would you like to see some kind of 6-man main event for the 6th NXT TakeOver? Like a scramble match? That would be pretty cool. Throw in Sami Zayn, throw in Kevin Owens, throw in Tyler Breeze, throw in Finn Balor, Adrian Neville, and Hideo. You know, that would be pretty cool. That could be the match that Hideo, like, starts kicking ass all over the place. So, hey, I mean, if you were going to do a 6-man, I would have those 6 in it. So there you go. I was going to ask what shit happened with Ziggler, Ambrose, Wyatt, and Ryback for Mania. That's a pretty tough one. Well, Wyatt is definitely fighting Taker. And Ambrose might be defending the belt if he's not winning it at freaking Fastlane. I see him winning it at Fastlane. I see him defending that thing at WrestleMania. So, as for Ziggler and Ryback, I don't know. I hear they're a tag team now. Dear God, no. No. I want to see Ziggler versus Bryan, but now I'm reading reports that might not happen. So, we'll see what happens. It sucks that Ziggler, Ryback, Ambrose, those guys, as of right now, don't really have a direction. But we'll see what happens. Well, I guess I can say Ambrose has direction. Whatever. We'll see what happens. Do you feel like the backlash the WWE got from fans after Royal Rumble was warranted? Or did fans overreact quite a bit? No, it was warranted. And here's why. It's not because Daniel Bryan lost. Let's just address that. Guys, just because Daniel Bryan did not win does not mean the fans should go crazy. That didn't really, stand out to me as the reason why the fans went crazy. Is it part of the reason? Yes, definitely. But the main reason why the fans rebelled against that match is because it sucked. Matches that terrible deserve fan backlash. That has to be one of the worst Royal Rumbles I've ever seen because the booking was terrible. We had bad entries, by the way. The only good ones were DDP, Bubba Ray, and whoever else returned. It's just stupid to me how the WWE feels like they can push someone and force the fans to accept it and think we'd be okay with it. If you would have booked Roman Reigns much better than what you do right now, what you did back then, because how they're booking him right now, I actually kind of like. But back then, when he was going into the Royal Rumble, if he wasn't being booked as Looney Reigns, maybe we would be open to it. But since you forced him down our throats and you gave him bad booking with a bad Royal Rumble match to boot, you kind of forced your hand or forced our hand to rebel against that match and just go crazy. So the fan backlash they got was well deserved because it was a terrible match. The guy that won, fans did not want to win, and no direction for anybody that lost. Ambrose didn't look good. Wyatt didn't look good. Well, Wyatt looked pretty good. I won't say Wyatt. But the way he got thrown out didn't make him look any good. Ziggler didn't look good. Ziggler got in there at number 30, and he only lasted 2 minutes. And Bryan got eliminated at number 13, and he came in at number 10. That entire match was all about making Roman Reigns look strong, and it was done in such a bad way, in such a poor way, that it ended up making him look even worse and not better for what it was. So yes, the fans' backlash was well warranted, in my personal opinion. But do you think Pittsburgh would be a suitable location to host a WrestleMania in the future? Why the hell not? Hell yeah, definitely. Do you think Triple H versus Dolph Ziggler would be a good match at WrestleMania? Sure, they could do it one day. Do I think it'd be a good one this WrestleMania? Nah, I don't. I think they're stuck with Sting versus Triple H. But if you want to do Ziggler versus Triple H for SummerSlam, let's do it. Let's do it. I would love that. Definitely. Do you think Seth Rollins will be punished for the new picture scandal he had on Twitter? I said this in my Raw review. I don't think he would, but I wouldn't be shocked if he does get punished. You know, it's one of those things where he shouldn't get punished because it's not his fault, but because of the WWE trying to protect their image, he has to suffer some kind of punishment. So it is what it is. And it does suck that this just so happened to come out right when he's just getting hot, or at his hottest, you know. But yeah, 2 questions from, I think, Mr. Griffin. Yeah, Mr. Griffin. Had this match happened, who would have won? CM Punk versus Chris Benoit. Ooh, you're talking about the 2007 ECW tournament. That is a good question. That would have been an excellent match. I'm going to give it to Chris Benoit. I think he would have gotten the edge over CM Punk at that point in time. If we're talking in their primes, might give that one to CM Punk. But young CM Punk versus the veteran Chris Benoit, Benoit definitely would have kicked his ass. So, what's your reaction to Spider-Man coming home to Marvel? I'm happy for it. I feel like Sony didn't do a very good job with this new, well, the second movie. They didn't do a very good job. The first one was fine. I thought Andrew Garfield made an excellent Spider-Man. Peter Parker, not so much, but an excellent Spider-Man. I almost kind of wish we would have taken Tobey Maguire, take his Peter Parker, combine it with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, we had the perfect Spider-Man character. Period. But I think him coming to the Marvel Universe, I think, is the best move for the franchise. I think they understand Spider-Man a lot more. I think they're going to make him a lot more likable, make him a lot more awesome, and give him more flair than the Sony pictures would. Yeah, happy he's going home. Let me see what you got here. Have you ever thought of becoming a wrestler? Yeah, I don't want to be a wrestler. That's not for me. I think if I was ever going to be someone, I would be the fall guy or the enhancement talent. The guy to get squashed in a squash match. I'm too small. I guess I'm kind of fluid. You know, I'm not someone that's necessarily clunky, but at the same time, look at me. I only weigh, what was my weight the last time? I got 155 pounds. I'm not that big, guys. I'm pretty skinny. 155 pounds. I'm not that big. So, I don't think I would cut it for a wrestler. If I was in the wrestling business, I would be 2 things. Creative writer or commentator. That's it. Or manager. So 3. Manager, creative writer, or commentator. And the final question goes to this guy. What do you think of Schlag Daddy calling fans like you and Preston, or the IWC, the WWE's Tea Party? I haven't seen the video yet, but I kind of get where he's going with that. You know, we're the most rebellious. We're the people that, you know, fight the hardest. We're the ones, you know, going out of our way to rebel against the system for the betterment of the people. Fair assessment. I'm not going to really knock it. But at the same time, I hope Schlag Daddy kind of put himself in that category as well. Because if anyone else is rebelling against WWE, which I am, I do like to sometimes talk against the company, but he needs to put himself in that category as well, because I think no one here on YouTube or any wrestling YouTube personality rebels against the company like he does. So, if there is a tea party, he would be the guy leading it. But this is your boy, Dalyxman, signing off. Thanks for the questions. Hope you enjoyed the Q&A video. I'll catch you next time. Peace.